Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Nerd alert!
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Nerd alert!
Nerd alert! Hey, how's it going, nerds? How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
See ya.
Welcome to the NerdPowWow. Follow us on YouTube where we upload new videos every Friday, or check us out on your favorite podcast platform. We're also live under SeraphTheHost every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Spoiler warning, we do deep dives on character storylines and theory crafting. With that said, Moriaibane, what are we talking about today?
All right, bit of a nerd alert today. We're going to talk about a few different games that are just released or coming up or recently released. Just kind of go over some of them. I'm specifically bringing mine up because I think it's a lesser known game, or at least on a wide scale, but it's pretty well known in certain communities. It's really cool. The game is called Dispatch. First thing about it is by Ad Hoc Studios. It's also in partnership with Critical Role. So already I'm a fan because it's Critical Role. Anything Critical Role is kind of awesome. The people involved are kind of awesome. So the game is unique. The story premise is, I don't want to give any spoilers. It's too new, and the story is too integral to what the game is. So I don't really want to do any spoilerific things with it. But sure. The known things are you are a superhero named Mecha Man, and your suit is destroyed. You cannot repair it. You don't have the resources to repair it. So you're kind of no longer a superhero, and that's your whole life. It's actually your like family legacy. And you get approached by a company that has like heroes for hire. And people call them up, say, hey, I got a problem. It's like calling 911. They're calling a superhero. And your job is to appropriately dispatch the right heroes. So if you need a hero you have an environment, you see an environment that is, there's bullets flying. So you need to send an invulnerable hero or a hero with high durability to that location. Some jobs have one hero dispatch, two hero dispatch, three hero, so you can combine heroes to meet all the parameters of the job. There's kind of this like little matrix that you can see. Each hero like leans towards this side of the matrix or the other side, and you put them together to fill up the entire area of the little matrix visual that you can see to know that you have the right ones, and it grades you, and there's a time factor and all kinds of things. Really cool, really neat.
Now, is this like a real time? Is this like a real-time strategy game, or is this how does the dispatching side of things work?
So quite literally, there's a map, and an alarm goes off. You hear the call, and you have to click on the call and see what the parameters of the call is. You hear the person's voice, like, "Hey, my cat's stuck in the tree." Just an example, whatever. So you want a hero that can fly or something of that nature. So you look at your hero roster, check their strengths, see how their strengths fit. And when I say matrix, they have this there's like a wheel with 5 or 6 different points on it. There's strength, speed, intelligence, charisma, basically all of your different character stats. And you can see the heroes, like where on that scale the hero leans. Like if they lean towards charisma, or they lean towards strength, or they lean towards speed, mobility, whatever. So if you have to use those parameters to kind of fit them to the job. So if you have cats in a tree, you want somebody who can fly, that type of thing. So you click on that, you figure out the hero, you send them. Wait for the next alert, and alerts are going off simultaneous, and the alerts have a timer on them. So there's a speed thing. So you're not just like, if they didn't have that, it would feel kind of boring almost, because you'd be able to like hit it, send a hero, and just whenever you feel like it, hit the next one. But things were happening in kind of real time. So in that way, it is real time. But I wouldn't call it a strategy game, although there is strategy. But I wouldn't call it an RTS. Okay. I would call it a real-time strategy game, but not your typical RTS game. If that makes sense.
It almost sounds like a Risk simplified like board, right? Like you have a general board. This sector, you send people to, and you kind of have to. But it just has that kind of sense of urgency, right? Yeah, that's cool.
The whole game is there's an overarching area, like a story arch on top of all of this, of your character, and your character has a choose your own adventure kind of component. There's decisions, and you choose a different answer to those decisions. And if, like the first one I ever made, it literally told me he will remember that. So that character that I interacted with is going to remember the choice I made at that interaction, and it's going to affect something later.
Yeah.
So there's a choose. So I literally titled it as like a choose your own adventure resource allocation sim. It was so, and it's at its core basic. That's what it is. There's this overarching story you're playing through, and you get to decide kind of what your character's like and how he's building relationships. And then on top of that, the gameplay itself outside of the story is the resource allocation sim. You're trying to allocate resources, and in this case, the resource is superheroes and their powers. So it's a wild game. I've played through the entire first chapter. They're releasing it episodically, so I think they've got 2 and 3 out now already, and the game's only been out a week or so. So you're playing through almost like you would get an issue of the comic. You're playing like I literally played through the first issue of the comic, and it just got neat little things. There's in the story mode, or there is a little bit of combat you do sometimes when you're playing your main character, but it's really simplified. Like you have to time a left click to block a punch, and there's a little like thing on there to time it by. Or if you're gonna make a move, you do a mouse swipe, and it shows right on the screen what you do. It's very basic, but it just allows you to be more interactive. And there is a mode of the game that is story only, so that you wouldn't have those little interactions in the story part. But I like the interacting thing. It was kind of cool. Like even when he's putting on the costume, a little spoilery, but when he's putting on the costume and he's zipping up the zipper dramatically and pulling down his mask, you have to swipe up on the mouse to zip up the zipper and then pull down on your mouse to pull down the mask. So I don't know. It's just interesting. It's really different, wildly different. The animation is fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's very in the style of Invincible, and the actors doing the voice acting are phenomenal. A lot of them are Critical Role people. Like, the main character first is Aaron Paul. Everybody knows Aaron Paul from he played Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad.
Oh, Breaking Bad, yeah.
So that's the main character. He did a great job. But then Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey, Ashley Johnson, 3 of the main people from Critical Role, 3 of the huge people from Critical Role. Matthew Mercer does a lot of stuff. He plays Orthax on Vox Machina. Laura Bailey is Vex, who might be my favorite character on Vox Machina. Ashley Johnson plays Pike on Vox Machina, but you guys would probably best know her as Ellie from The Last of Us. So she's a big part of Critical Role. I mean, there's some other people, like there's a guy named Young Gravy. He's a rapper. I listened to some of his stuff for the first time. It's a little bit different kind of thing, but he plays Gollum. It's really neat. One of the main characters so far is played by Erin Yvette. She plays Blonde Blazer. She's been in a lot of different games, including another game that I loved called Unicorn Overlord. She played Selvey in that. I can't endorse this game enough. I've just barely started playing it, and it was hard for me to be like, oh crap, I got to switch over to the podcast. It rolled into chapter 2, and I was like, oh, I really want to keep going, because it even does little neat things. At the end of chapter 1, it gives you a percentage of how often or how many times the average people playing right now chose your choices. So 33% of the people did what you did, or 40% of the people did what you did. So you get this idea of how other people are building their stories too, or what's more common and what you might be doing that's atypical. And that's just happening while the credits are rolling. So it was almost like that outtakes thing. I felt like it was that outtakes thing at the end of shows they do sometimes. It was
or even like when you get your end of year like YouTube or Spotify playlist or whatever, like, exactly. Oh, okay, that's interesting, neat analytics you're giving me here. Okay.
And the last thing I'll say about it is, so that I'm not just continuing to ramble here, but the game is also very adult, which I personally endorse 100%. There's a little bit of nudity, and it's funny and crude. Like there's one guy when he powers up, he's obviously naked, but he's got his body changes. He's kind of like like he's not a fire guy, but I don't want to give it away. But his body is kind of like the Human Torch, as if the whole body changes and his power is on the outside, no clothes, and. So it's like Chunk also looks like that, and the main character even said something like, "Oh, nice dick." It was like being sarcastic, like to the guy because he doesn't like the guy very much, but it has this like little off color, lighthearted off color, very lighthearted off color humor that really appeals to me too, which is great. But I don't know, I love the game. But what do you guys think of the that description? What kind of reaction do you have of a game like that?
Yeah. Wayne, I'll let you go ahead, buddy.
So I'm thinking about when you're talking about dispatching and you're sending different characters to different places, it reminds me of like dispatching at a police department. In a certain way, and you gotta, all right, this call is real bad. This call probably could be handled over the telephone. This call probably can wait after this one's done. So it's kind of cool how you can navigate through there. And I was just thinking when you used the cat in the tree example, okay, yeah, I would probably want a hero that flies, but let's have some fun. What if I have like a Jeff the Shark type character that goes in the ground? How do I get that cat out of the tree if I'm in the ground? It's kind of it's something you can really play with.
You don't interact with the actual event.
Okay. You just choose the characters you want to go to it.
Exactly. It's pure allocation of resources.
Okay.
You don't even.
Okay, so you see
the event.
You see a result, basically.
You see a result, yeah, and it grades you on how well you did allocating those resources.
Okay, that
makes sense.
Still, I mean,
so you're incentivized to send a good team. Like, makes sense.
I would want to see if Jeff the Shark could get the cat out of the tree.
Like you sent the mole man to get somebody out of the air.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So, you,
did they release the entire series, or is it is it
just, you said 2 and 3 that are out? Well, 1, 2, and 3, obviously. Let me confirm that real quick, but I'm pretty certain that it's 2 and 3 that are out now.
Okay. How long did it take you to get through the first chapter?
About an hour.
Ooh, okay.
It was not very long.
All right.
This is an indie game.
Yeah.
Story driven, so it's so it didn't feel like I was being shorted.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if hour upon hour upon hour of doing this would be as fun. Also, the first chapter may also have been very intro-like because I don't want to give things away, but my play sample is part of the story, not me actually doing the job yet. The guy's just being hired. So the first thing is just kind of like almost like me playing a demo of what the game is going to be. So I have a sneaky suspicion that the other chapters will be much longer because there's going to be much, much more of the actual dispatching than the story that was laying the groundwork of the game. So I think it's going to shift. The story is going to become equal part. Like most of the first chapter was story. I think it's going to become much more balanced in the second and third chapters. That's why they released them out like that.
That makes sense.
Episodes 3 and 4 are already live. So,
okay.
So 1 and 2 came out with the original. We came out with it on the 22nd of October. 3 and 4 are already out on 9. So today. So
I think for me personally, it sounds like a fun game that I'd have a lot of fun playing through, but I don't think I'd want to be interrupted through it. I think I'm going to be one of these people who waits for the entire season to come out and then binges it all in a weekend, That's how I think I want to engage with this game.
And it looks to me like 4 issues is what there's going to be.
Okay.
For the first part of this game. So it looks to me like the overarching story is going to be compiled within these 4 issues, which are all out now. Yeah. And I have a sneaky suspicion. I really hope, maybe it depends on how the game lands, but I have a sneaky suspicion that it's going to become, you'll have the next story arch. So you won't feel like it's interrupted. You'll be waiting for the next, crossover story arch or whatever. Because it's going to be like reading comics, and hopefully it'll just like never end. You can just continue to play through. So, because I got the digital deluxe, and part of the digital deluxe was the you get all of the chapters all at once, which is nice. And I think the digital deluxe comes with only the first 4 chapters. So I think that's it. Engaging from the names of the comic of the issues, it's going to be one overarching story arc for the first game, and then maybe an expansion that has another issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 kind of thing.
Cool. That's really cool.
It really is. It's a great game. The characters are neat. Like I said, the voiceovers are fantastic. I'm really enjoying the game. Yep, 44 digital comics, which includes 6 stories and 45 pages. That's what they're kind of clamoring with.
It almost sounds like The Boys-esque universe in a way, but
yeah, but it's way more tame than The Boys. It's closer to like. Have you ever watched Invincible?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's closer to Invincible.
Okay.
It leans way towards Invincible.
It doesn't have like as cynical of a vibe for the superheroes.
It's not cynical. All these people want to be heroes. There isn't a superheroes suck kind of vibe. Superheroes are very well received in the world, and it's a positive vibe. It just has this like adult humor twist. Yeah, I think that's the Critical Role people. I really do, because it says when you load it, it says in partnership with Critical Role. I looked up all the voice actors, and it's all of them. So it's very much a Critical Role creature.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!